Hello, everyone. Raymond Moore, Kilted Prepper. How's everybody doing today? Yes, I'm live. And we had a snafu happen yesterday. I was talking about weapons, and YouTube didn't like it. So they cut me. And come to find out, which I didn't know, you can't show weapons on a live stream because they don't want you to hurt yourself. And so what I'll be doing is actually doing a video review of that later, and I'll be posting that probably in a week or two. So we'll see. But yeah, couldn't do that live, and so I got dinged for 24 hours. I've been sitting here. Hey Kim, I've been sitting here trying to go live about every 5 minutes and everything, and finally the ban got lifted and now I'm able to go live. So I am a tad late, but just know this, that I will resume normal bat time and normal bat channel tomorrow. Hey Lori, how you doing? And so, yeah, YouTube dinged me for 24 hours. So now the positive is they did not give me a negative strike. So that was good. They said that I probably didn't know, which is the truth. I really didn't know. And, but so I didn't at least get a mark against me. So, yeah, so no more live weapons on YouTube during Coffee with Ray. So, hey, Holly, how you doing? So back at it, and I had a lot of you actually contact me, and I really super appreciate that, and checking up on me, make sure everything was okay and everything like that, because yeah, YouTube, I was sitting there talking and everything, and then all of a sudden, boop, blank screen. And so, but yeah, glad to be back. And yes, I'm now going to be careful about what I say and what I show on YouTube. So, but a lot of things going on. I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff this morning here. And so, yeah, it's going to be one of those news shows and everything. But the biggest news, in 2 weeks, we are going to have the BRICS nations come together. And I feel very strongly that this is going to change the world. And I really think that what's going to happen is that these guys are all going to come together, and we're looking at 42 nations joining BRICS. And then on top of that, 122 nations are now actively de-dollarizing, which means that they are no longer holding on to U.S. Treasury bills or anything like that. They're starting to dump them. And in fact, China, Japan, and UK have been dumping them at an alarming rate. Another thing that I just saw in the news today is that China is looking to repatriate 600 tons of gold from the U.S. Treasury. Yeah. So what happens is a lot of these countries will have their gold held in a safe place. And so usually that's, U.S. Treasury. Over there in England, they have some depositories, so forth and so on. But what more and more countries are doing is bringing their gold back home. Best thing to do is have it in your hand. And so they're operating in that sort of manner. Hey, Katie, how you doing? I don't understand how channels like Dominion Ranch and Colin Noor are allowed to show things without getting in trouble. Yeah, I don't know. Probably one of the things that they're doing, Katie, is that they're actually shooting their video and then posting it, and then that gives YouTube some chance to look it over and see if it's okay, and then they approve it and everything like that. But it isn't a live video. It may show that it's live, but it's actually created and posted later. So, but that's how probably they're doing it and everything. But I just happen to have a live weapon on live TV, and YouTube doesn't want me to hurt myself. So, but yeah, BRICS is coming up in 2 weeks today, and August 22nd. And I strongly believe that this is going to change the world. And with 42 nations jumping on board with BRICS and all this other stuff, then it's going to get, I think, kind of crazy, and it's going to leave the U.S. high and dry, because they now have each other to trade with, and they're going to be best buddies, and they're going to have all these incentives and tax issues, and other tariffs, and lowering tariffs and everything like that. So I think that it's going to happen. And Freddie, be quiet, hush. So I got dogs over there being, rambunctious and stuff like that. They got milk bones and they're not wanting to share. So, but with all this going on, I think that's going to cause the U.S. to be high and dry, and they're going to basically lock us out of trade. And so, so yeah, hello, I heard you said the cooler was unloaded. Yeah, I know, I was. Yeah, I've had the bar down and all this other stuff. And but that's just YouTube. But anyways, I'm really concerned about that. Other things that are coming up here that we need to be concerned about is I just saw a report coming out this morning that DC lobbyists are expecting government shutdown after Congress returns. Congress is on a vacation right now, as if they don't get enough vacation. But about 65% of the lobbyists believe that we're going to see a government shutdown. And so that'll be around October 1st. The reason is that we've got about 12 appropriation bills that are sitting out there, and will we be able to get these appropriation bills done, signed, all this other stuff? And what's happening and I think this is a positive, to be honest. What's happening is that I believe there's the Freedom Caucus, the Republican Freedom Caucus, is really saying no. And McCarthy really screwed us when he basically allowed Biden to have an empty check and everything, and really didn't have many concessions. And I am not pleased with McCarthy. I think we need a new Speaker of the House, and he is just another rhino globalist and everything. And then he's also from California, so that should say everything there too. But Republican Freedom Caucus is saying, no, we're not going to sign on to these things unless we see some serious, cuts and everything. And they have the numbers now to make a difference, which is going to cause the mainstream media to go crazy and blame it all on us and everything like that and stuff. But interestingly enough, in the bill that was just signed previously that McCarthy helped with Biden and all that other stuff, is a automatic cuts come December. But come December, if things aren't moving and everything, then we'll see automatic cuts take place. So that's a good thing. And as bad as this sounds, I'm in favor of government shutdown. We need to cut our spending. We need to get rid of this outrageous stuff. I mean, some of the crap that we're paying for with our U.S. tax dollars is just insane. And some of the stuff I just don't like spending. So these are things that are going on out in the horizon that we really need to be aware of. Another thing is that China is really hammering the U.S. on chip production. China has a lot of control in the raw materials that we are able to use to produce chips. And so we've been seeing a chip shortage more and more take place. And it's interesting. I saw another report this morning where chip companies are building companies, but they are having a hard time even getting them built because there's just not enough workers to build these chip companies. So that's slowing that process down. It's good that we're bringing these chip companies back home. That's an important thing. But another issue too, on top of that, is where are you going to find the employees to actually help make the chips and stuff? So there's several issues going on with the chips and everything. And chips mean, and these are medium to high end chips. These aren't the cheapy chips that you see, basically your margarita sings a la cucaracha when it's done mixing your margarita. Those are cheap Chinese chips. And no matter what, China does not have the technology. China doesn't have the wherewithal. They don't have the facilities. They don't have the knowledge to produce these medium to high end chips. They just don't have it. And so, the chips are made in Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, and the US. And so more chip companies are coming back home. But again, it takes time to build these things. You just don't go poof and chip companies appear out of nowhere. It takes 3 to 5 years for these companies, these manufacturing plants to get moving, get up, get rolling. employees hired, employees trained, raw materials acquired, yada, 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 and things. So, I would highly recommend that if you're looking for a new smartphone or something like that, then I would grab it now while the getting's good, because prices are already going up. I've been tracking the smartphone prices, and prices are going up. So, I would get on your electronics. So if you need a new laptop, you need a new computer, you need a new smartphone, new tablet, some of these, medium to high end chip things, get them now while the getting's good, because as time progresses, we're going to see the prices of electronics really start to go through the roof, because the cost of chips are going to start go up in price, just because they are not able to make enough. The demand is so much higher versus what is being put out there. And so those are things that I'm looking at here. The other things is, and this is interesting. This is another news item that just came out today. Credit card debt tops $1 trillion. And, it's funny because this current administration say, oh, we're so great and we're doing so good. Our inflation is down and jobs are up and the economy is doing great. And, I think these people are smoking crack. So, but they are. And what's happening is your kitchen table math is not equating to these fancy charts and numbers and everything that these economists and government wannabes are saying. It's what's happening. We're seeing at the kitchen table, that math is one thing and the economy math is another. So they're saying it's all rosy, nice, and rainbows and unicorns. But we sitting at the kitchen table, we're looking at our checkbooks and stuff like that and our budgets, and we are seeing probably about $700 less than what we had, a year ago or so. So it's not rosy, unicorns and rainbows. It's getting really hard. And so we're seeing a lot of these things take place. And I've been warning you guys, start doing these things now, start preparing now, start getting your personal supply chain in now, so that you're used to buying from other companies. You're used to doing business with local businesses. You're used to buying at the farmer's market. You're used to all these other things, so that you get into these habits now. You don't want to be changing habits during SHTF, because SHTF, you're going to have a lot of chaos and confusion going on and everything. You're going to probably be in a poor mental state. This is another reason why I've been talking a lot about positive mental state, mental preparedness, and everything. I'm helping you guys get these things going now, so that when the storm does come, it will, we'll kind of roll through it, because we're already toughened up. We're already prepared. We're already having our goods and services and our consumer goods and all these other things taken care of. And so, something I want to ask you guys, and this is something that I've been really feeling convicted on, and I feel I need to help folks start looking at alternative forms of income. Now, reason I say this, I've been an influencer since 2005, and this is how I make my money. I make my money from Amazon. I make my money from Thrive Foods. I make my money from Patriot Switch. I make my money from, books, articles, writing, all these other things. I have multiple multiple streams of income coming in, and this is how I make my money. I've been doing it since 2005, and, I must be doing something right, because I've survived this long. And if you see our house and see what we drive and everything, we're doing pretty good. And so what I'm really wanting to do is possibly share my knowledge with you on how to create alternate forms of income. And so I'm really feeling convicted to help you guys do this and everything. But what I need to know is this something that you guys are interested in learning? Because if you're not interested in learning, then I don't want to waste my time. But if it is something that you are interested in learning, then let me know. Tell me what you're looking at. Tell me what you're thinking about and everything. And then what I would like to do is actually teach folks how to create alternate forms of income, create cash flow streams, create a money machine, all these other things. And, take it from the bottom of the ground and really even, what can I do, Ray? Even answer those things, because a lot of people look at it, well, what can I do? And so, sorry, itchy eye. Itchy eye. Allergies are bad today. We've had storms and stuff, and we've got the winds. We had winds and everything. A lot of Virginia power was knocked out because of the winds and tornado watches and stuff like that. So it's really blowing up the stuff. And so I've got some allergies going today. So sorry about that. But let me know if this is something that you're interested in learning, because if it is, I would really love to pursue that avenue and help you guys start thinking about and start producing and start creating alternate forms of income, side hustles, cash flow streams, whatever you guys want to call it. That's what I've been doing most of my life. This is what I do to create income, and we've been doing pretty good. And so if I can do it, you can do it. But again, I need to know if this is something you're interested in, because as hard times start coming, as BRICS comes into play, if we're looking at a government shutdown, other things that we're looking at is we're looking at more bank closures and so forth. We're looking at food, situations, food shortages big time. We're going to start seeing some serious food shortages in and around the winter time, December time. And so, those are things that we're going to be looking at. And a lot of these things surround themselves around finance. And so if this is something that you want to learn, then let me know. Put some information down there in the description. Let me know. And then also, if there's something you specifically want to learn about and everything, email me, contact me. I'm very approachable, folks. I love getting email from y'all and everything, but ray@raymondmoore.com, ray@raymondmoore.com. That's MHOR.com. And let me know. Let me help you. And because, again, I've been doing it since 2005. And if I've been able to hang this long and be able to provide for our family and do well and all this other stuff, I guess I'm doing something right. And so I think I have a lot of knowledge that I can share with you and everything. If that's not something you want to learn about or anything, then tell me what you do want to learn about. Like, I do want to do a video on that P22 that I was going to talk about yesterday until YouTube cut me off. And then there's other things that I want to do reviews and everything as well. So if there's anything that you would like me to review, I mean, you see a lot of the kitchen tools and garden tools and other things that I use and share with you guys and everything. So if these are things that you want to learn more about, where I can maybe dive deeper into and talk about, then again, let me know. And if it's weapons oriented, I have to do a video. I can't do a live because, again, YouTube will strike me and, put me out for 24 hours. Let's see here. Finally, Baofeng. Finally ordered Baofeng 5R. Good job there, Katie. Was worried about being able to get with the chip issues. No, the Baofeng is pretty good. It's not these are easy chips. I mean, these are pretty simple chips and everything like that. So the Baofeng, but the cost of those are still pretty low. And Katie says, yes, any additional income to appreciate. Any ideas you would be awesome and okay, Kim, awesome. That's good to hear. Hi, every place I've worked went bankrupt. Retail here, I feel doomed. Michelle, and that's what I want to teach people is so many people have lived their lives depending upon a job. And so how whereas 2 generations ago everybody was self-employed. I mean, farmers, everybody, very rarely that people actually work for people. I mean, it was a very small, section of the population until the industrial age came about. And then more people started moving to the cities, getting involved in business and, working for others. But for the longest time frame, most people were self-employed. And so it's relearning these tricks, tips, habits, and ideas to being self-employed, learning how to create alternate sources of income and creating cash flow streams, which turn into basically money machines. And a money machine is something that will produce you money when you're awake, when you're sleeping, whatever you're doing, it still produces money for you. So these are things that I would love to share with you guys and help you out with and everything like that, because I do believe times are going to get really, really bad. And as we move into 2024, then I think things are going to get even worse. And so I am of the belief that we are in a severe recession right now, even though the government numbers say we're not. I do believe we're in a severe recession, possibly even borderline starting to move into a depression. And already the feds are talking about doing another 25 basis points raise in interest rates. Janet Yellen is again mentioning that, they're looking at more bank mergers and bank closures and bank failures and everything. And in fact, Janet Yellen has also said that she believes that the US dollar is eventually going to be compromised. I mean, she came out and said that, last week and a half ago, and she sees the dollar fail and lose its, global reserve status. So the more things that we can do to financially secure ourselves, the better. And so this is something that I am really working hard on right now. And so, things that I'm doing for my family. So as I'm doing things for my family, what I can do is start sharing these things with you guys and everything like that. So, but again, let me know what you guys want to learn about. Let me know what you guys want to get moving on and everything. And then maybe tomorrow what I'll do is actually start a how do we even start show. So maybe what I'll do is kind of a couple times a week, instead of calling it Coffee with Ray, basically call it alternate forms of create, alternate forms of income, or cash flow stream, or whatever it is I want to title it. But that way, what you can do is when you come to my channel, you can see, oh, cash flow stream, watch that video, or cash flow stream, watch this video, and things like that, so that you're not, looking at other videos and everything like that, which I want you to watch all my videos anyways. But I want to maybe title them so that you guys know, that video is particularly made for you guys and stuff. So that's everything I can think of. If you're new here, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, and ring that little bell so you get notified whenever we go live, or I post a new video, or when I don't go live. And then do that for me. And then you can put comments below. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're wanting to learn. We are moving into some dark days, and we are starting to come to the middle of what I call the fourth point, or what you may hear fourth turning point. And things are probably going to get a lot worse before they get better. And it's the more that we can prepare ourselves mentally, financially, as well as food, water, meds, and so forth, the better, because those are the things that help us get through the storm. But just because you may have a lot of great food, water, meds, but you have no source of income and everything, then you're going to still be up the creek without a paddle. So the more that we can do together, the more that we can share, the more that we can share our information, what's working, what's not working, and so forth, the better. So, but that is everything. Coffee with Ray. I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys yesterday. I have to say that it kind of troubled me that happened and everything. But glad to be back. And so do me a favor, share my video, share my information, help me build this channel, folks. In fact, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up right now. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And help me really get the word out. I want to build this channel. I want to help as many people as I can. I want to help the prepper community and things, and really get folks rolling and everything, so that they can build their arcs and start moving forward, and then be able to withstand that storm that is coming. And you and I both know it's happening. You and I both know it's coming. And so we need to start taking action now while we still have time. It's kind of like the days of Noah. He's still hammering those final nails and everything like that, warning everybody and everything like that. Hey, the rains are coming, the rains are coming, the rains are coming. And eventually one day the rains do come. And so all the fact checkers back then were wrong. So, but that's everything. I keep saying that's everything, but I keep babbling. But, Raymond Moore, Kilt Prepper, Coffee with Ray. We'll see you. Goodbye. God bless, and kilt on.